All right, let's get right into it. We're here to talk about a fundamental shift in cybersecurity, what we're calling the industrialization of cybercrime. Think of this as a strategic briefing. We're going to look at how we got to this point, and more importantly, what you need to be thinking about for 2026.
Look, this isn't some far-off prediction. This is happening right now. The whole idea of a single hacker in a dark room, that's pretty much over. What we're seeing now looks a lot more like a massive global corporation. It's automated, it runs on the cloud, and its engine? Well, that's AI.
So how did this all happen so fast? We're pinpointing a very specific time frame here. That window between 2023 and 2025. This is when everything changed. It's when generative AI stopped being a cool tech toy and became the go-to tool, the primary engine for cybercriminals.
The difference here is just night and day. Remember when we told everyone to look for bad spelling and weird grammar in phishing emails? Yeah, those days are gone. AI can now write perfect, context-aware emails, thousands of them a minute. It's not human scale anymore, it's cloud scale. And the attacks aren't static, they learn and they adapt on the fly.
So a perfect example of this is something called polymorphic malware. Now, the idea itself isn't new, but AI has put it on steroids. Imagine a piece of malware that's a master of disguise. It changes its own code every single time it runs. Something like the Black Mamba keylogger goes exactly that. Your traditional antivirus, which is looking for a specific fingerprint, well, it's pretty much useless against this.
And if you're wondering just how common this is, take a look at this number. By 2025, a staggering 82.6% of phishing emails were using some form of AI. Let that sink in. That's more than 4 out of every 5. This isn't some fringe technique anymore, it's just how they do business.
Okay, so it gets worse. AI isn't just coming for our systems and our software. Now it's coming for our own senses. The most basic ways we verify things by seeing and hearing them are becoming liabilities. And I want to be crystal clear. This is not a what-if scenario. $25 million. That's how much a finance employee in Hong Kong wired away because they were on a video call with the deepfake of their own CFO. It wasn't just one person, it was a whole group of deepfaked executives on the call. This is real, it's happening, and the financial damage is enormous. So what does this all mean? It means the game has fundamentally changed. Everything we've relied on to build trust, a person's face, their voice, it's not reliable anymore. We have to completely change our approach. Training can't be about spotting the fake. That's a losing battle. It has to become about verifying the request. Period. Even if it looks and sounds exactly like your boss, you need another way to confirm it's real.
All right, so we've seen how AI targets individuals. Now let's zoom out and look at the big picture. Infrastructure. Because what AI allows attackers to do here is build attack networks on a scale that is, well, it's frankly planetary.
When you look at this, don't just see a bunch of dots on a map representing infected computers. That's old school thinking. What you're really looking at is a single, unified, AI-controlled weapon. It's not a botnet anymore, it's more like a rogue cloud. And it can point an unbelievable amount of firepower wherever it wants.
And when I say unbelievable firepower, I mean it. Check out this number. 22.2 terabits per second. That was a single DDoS attack from a botnet named Anzuru. To give you some context, that is more data per second than many entire countries use. We've completely left hacker scale behind. This is cloud scale warfare.
Now you can see here, this wasn't just a one-hit wonder. This same AI botnet, Isuru, just kept hitting again and again throughout 2025. And look at the targets. Cloudflare, Microsoft Azure. These aren't small businesses. This is the backbone of the internet. It shows you the kind of persistent, top-tier capability we're up against.
So, where does all this lead? Well, it leads to exactly what you'd expect, a new kind of global arms race. But this one isn't fought with tanks and planes. It's a constant battle between the bad guys' AI and the good guys' AI.
And the core tactic in this fight is something called adversarial machine learning, or AML. The easiest way to think about it is this. It's AI designed to trick other AI. Attackers are basically finding the blind spots in our security models, feeding them deceptive data, and causing them to misidentify threats. It's like teaching a guard dog that the scent of a burglar is actually the scent of its owner.
And right now, the attackers have a few key advantages. They can use evasion attacks, which is basically hiding malware in plain sight, making it look like normal, everyday traffic. They can use poisoning attacks to sneak bad data into the training process of our defensive AIs, corrupting them from the inside out. Their biggest advantage, though? Speed. They can innovate and change tactics way faster than defenders can push out updates. They are experts at figuring out how to break these complex black box AI systems.
Okay, so that's the landscape. It's a lot. The big question is, how on earth do we prepare for 2026 and beyond? Because one thing is for sure, the old playbook is not going to work. We have to make a fundamental change in how we think about security, moving away from just reacting to threats and towards building genuine proactive resilience.
So I want you to really think about this question. If all the classic red flags are gone, no more spelling mistakes, a perfect deepfake of your CEO, how do you actually defend your organization? What's the plan when you can no longer trust your own eyes and ears?
The path forward really involves evolving from step 1 to step 2. For years, we've been in step 1, reactive defense. We wait for a known virus, we create a signature for it, and then we block it. That's a legacy model, and it's completely broken against these new attacks. We have to move to step 2, resilience. This is a totally different mindset. It's about analyzing behavior, understanding your real weak points, and verifying what someone is trying to do, not just who they claim to be.
And this chart really drives that point home. Look at where effective defense budgets are going now. That little slice for traditional filters? Just 10%. The lion's share, 40%, is going to behavioral verification. So, process. 30% is going to adaptive training. That's people. Technology is still part of the solution, but it's the smallest part. The real work is in building smarter processes and smarter teams.
So that brings us to the final and most important part. How do we actually move forward? It's not about running away from AI. It's about running towards the right kind of AI.
I really want this point to land. AI itself is not the bad guy here. The real enemy is uncontrolled AI. It's AI that's been built without rules, without alignment, without any guardrails. So the only logical way to fight fire is with fire. You combat uncontrolled AI by deploying controlled, secure AI inside your own organization.
And that's really the new mandate for any enterprise that wants to be successful. You have to be using AI systems that were built with security in mind from day one. And frankly, that's exactly what we focus on here at Meens. We build and deploy these kinds of controlled AI systems, things like secure AI agents that can automate tasks, or AI calling and WhatsApp systems that have those critical verification steps built right in. It's all about giving you the benefits of AI without the exposure.
So, I'll just leave you with this one question to think about. We've established that the world has changed. Security isn't about signatures anymore, it's about behavior and intent. The real question is, are you prepared for that world? Has your organization's mindset changed too?